Coming up on Mountain News at 6, we hear from owners of a Perry County business about their plans when it comes to recovering. And Walmart and a nonprofit team up to serve meals to those affected by flooding.
And a cold weather advisory begins later on this evening. Details coming up.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Amelia Lee. Local businesses are trying to bounce back after floodwaters destroyed their livelihoods over the weekend. 57 businesses in downtown Hazard now face a big question. How do they bounce back? I sat down with folks at Coal Country Candles to talk about what comes next. Shannon Gabbard moved as many candles as she could onto higher shelves in anticipation of the flood to come. Watching the waters rise inside of Coal Country Candles through security camera footage.
Just kind of feels like, is it ever going to stop?
Unable to do anything but sit and wait.
When you first walk in, it feels overwhelming.
34 inches of water filled up the building, leaving its mark as a brown stain on a white curtain.
It's heartbreaking, right? Because we spent months preparing this building.
In August, Gabbard celebrated the grand opening of her new location on North Main Street.
And here we are, just a little over 6 months, and it feels like we're starting all over again.
A glimmer of hope as the community rallies around to clean up.
Flood has been devastating for everyone, and we just want to see everybody get back to where they were.
Lining up with mops and gloves, ready to take on the challenge of scrubbing shelves and cleaning floors.
No place I'd rather be. If we have to go through something like this, it's right here.
Showing a special connection between the people of Appalachia.
Even if you're not family, you're family to us.
With a little bit of light to be seen after a dark night.
We left yesterday feeling more hopeful than we did when we walked in or when we were watching from cameras the night before and watching the water come in.
Gabbard said she plans to sell the product that was salvageable. She says she hopes other local businesses are able to bounce back. Many folks in Lee County are also in the mode of cleaning up. Floodwaters damaged homes, businesses, and county officials' offices in Beattyville. Water got into the building where the ambulance service and coroner's office sit. Deputy Coroner Kenneth Lewis says thankfully they were able to get all of their important equipment and records out in time. He says they only recently moved back into their office after repairs from the 2021 floods wrapped up.
We just barely got back in here about 3 months ago officially.
Patricia Cole with the ambulance service says it has been devastating building back only for the flooding to affect folks in the community. But she says they will work as quickly as they can to get back on their feet. After floodwaters recede, the real challenge begins, cleaning up and preventing mold. Housing Development Alliance Executive Director Scott McReynolds says removing all water damaged materials, including drywall, insulation, and flooring, is critical. Once those are removed, allowing the home to dry completely before rebuilding is just as important. Fans, dehumidifiers, and even heaters in cold weather can speed up the process.
What we saw after the last flood was several months after people had repaired their house, they began to smell that musty, that kind of mold smell, that old mustiness. Again, some people are pretty allergic to it, and it can cause some health problems. And unfortunately, at that point, the only way to remediate it is to tear out everything you put back and clean it and then put it back yet again.
McReynolds also warns that using bleach is not enough to stop mold from returning. He recommends using a mold prevention product that soaks into wood and prevents future growth. He says homeowners should take the time to do it right now to avoid costly repairs later. Governor Andy Beshear hosted another update in Frankfort this morning. The governor did not report any new deaths during his briefing, but on social media confirmed that a person from Livingston County has died, increasing the death toll to 15. He says more than 180 state highways were still shut down. In the briefing, Governor Beshear also mentioned more than 6,500 folks are without water and more than 45,000 people remain under a boil water advisory. In a significant step toward recovery for those impacted by the recent floods, the governor has announced a $6 million grant for the Housing Development Alliance. This funding will be used to build 32 homes in the Skyview High Ground community in Perry County. HDA Executive Director Scott McReynolds says they aim to begin construction in April.
These are being built in response to the 22 floods. However, the way the money is structured is people who were impacted in this most recent flood can, in fact, apply for a home up there. So we really encourage everybody who thinks they might want to relocate, wants to find out more, to go to that Housing Can't Wait website.
All right, cold weather advisory goes into effect at 10 o'clock this evening for the counties on the map shaded in blue. You can draw the line right here from Mingo County, Pike County, Floyd County, Knott County, Perry County, Clay County, Jackson County. All these counties under this line that I just drew out is under that cold weather advisory. Again, starts at 10 o'clock tonight and goes until 10 a.m. on Friday. Temperatures right now already in the teens and 20s. We're sitting at 18 in Pikeville, 19 Whitesburg, 18 in Hazard, 18 in Boonville, 17 in London. But you factor in the feels like temperature, already down to 1 in Wise, 9 in Hazard, 6 in Jackson, 9 in Monticello, 9 in Middlesboro. That's the reason why that cold weather advisory is in effect. We're seeing a few little stray showers on live pinpoint Doppler radar, but all in all, everybody across the WYMT viewing area is quiet, and we're going to stay quiet as we go throughout the weekend. We'll see temperatures hovering around freezing for Friday, then we go into the 40s for the weekend. Overnight lows will hover in the upper single digits and low teens. Will go to 18 by the 10 o'clock hour, 12 by 4 a.m. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures will be in the upper single digits and low teens. I'll have your complete first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Amelia.
All right, thank you, Eric. Well, the Hazard Independent School District hosted a flood drive in the Roy G. Eversole Gym. Superintendent Sandra Combs says the district immediately reached out to staff and families to assess needs, then set up a distribution center for cleaning supplies and food. Community members came together, donating supplies and volunteering to assist with cleanup efforts. With so many still in need, organizers have continued sending out supplies as quickly as they come in.
We're all family, and we just work very hard trying to make sure that we're all taken care of. If a neighbor needs something, we're going to make sure they have it. If our students need something, we're going to make sure they have it, whatever it takes.
Combs says their work isn't over as donations continue to roll in to help flood victims across the region. With all the bad weather the area has experienced, there is some good news to share. Walmart's teamed up with Operation Barbecue Relief to provide a hot meal for those in need. WYMT's Mackenzie Freeman has the story.
Due to flooding and winter storms, many Kentuckians are without a necessity many take for granted: hot meals. In Pikeville and South Williamson, Operation BBQ Relief has teamed up with Walmart to provide a free meal to those who need it the most.
They have a great partnership with us, and we get in touch with them and let them know what's going on, and then they're able to, come and help us and assist us and help our, families in need throughout the county and throughout the area.
Operation BBQ Relief started in May of 2011 after the tornado in Joplin, Missouri. Since that time, they have provided meals all throughout the country.
We focus on, again, areas that are impacted where we can just provide a hot meal, because our slogan is one hot meal that matters.
The relationship between Walmart and Operation BBQ Relief has been a collaboration that has helped thousands of people across the nation have access to a warm meal.
It's a great way for us to help the community, and Operation Barbecue has been doing that for a while now, and in partnership with Walmart.
Walmart is also sending truckloads of supplies down to eastern Kentucky to help those affected by the flooding. Those supplies include more than just food and water.
You're talking about, families that have lost everything. So just having a shirt on their back, having a warm meal to be able to eat, clean water to be able to drink, and then being able to have cleaning supplies to help recover.
In times where people are looking to recover, Operation BBQ Relief believes they have one of the answers to help.
We believe in that barbecue has a healing power.
As an Eastern Kentucky resident, Brad was glad to be part of an organization that helps the community that he works, sleeps, and lives in.
It just makes me feel so proud. I couldn't be prouder to work for a company that helps support our community like that.
Operation Barbecue will be at the Pikeville location for the next couple of days, possibly even weeks if need be. Whether it be rain, snow, or sleet, Americans from across the nation have gathered here in East Kentucky to help those in need. In Pikeville, Mackenzie Freeman, WYMT Mountain News.
As long as Operation Barbecue Relief is in the area, meals will continue to be provided from 11:30 to 1:30 and 5:30 until supplies last. To see when and where meals will be provided, you can go to the Operation Barbecue Relief page on Facebook. Lowe's is also helping flood survivors. On Saturday, Kentuckians can pick up buckets filled with recovery items. More than 100 buckets will be available at the Pikeville, Paintsville, and Hazard locations. Lowe's will also set up disaster response trailers at the Pikeville store to rent one-time use tools to clear debris and repair damage. We have more about this story on our website, WYMT.com. With more snow on the ground, the people of Pike County are working to recover from the flood. In the Feds Creek community, East Ridge High School is serving as a hub for hope, supplying families in need with water, cleaning items, hot meals, and more. Volunteers say the entire community has been hit hard, with families cut off from the basics. So community members, first responders, and volunteers have been using side-by-sides and other ATVs to get things to their neighbors in need.
The community working together, I mean, it just shows how strong it is here. The community, they love each other. They want to help their neighbor. And even if they don't have something or they have a surplus, they're making sure that the person beside them, they're being taken care of. They're not going to leave anyone out.
Michelle Berdine and her coworker, Cheryl Ward, say without their families and the help from first responders, the outreach would not reach past the school. But together, they're helping hundreds of people. The Appalachia Reach Out mission has distribution centers filled with donation for those affected by floodwaters, including in Martin County. Donations of essential items and the helping hands of dozens of volunteers, including the National Guard, were at the Inez Free Will Baptist Church. Those helping with the effort say it's really the entire community that's helping itself, and that it's just one of several distribution sites set up throughout Martin County.
Seen personally here is we had folks that's come in this door that's been flooded themselves, sitting here, they don't have nowhere to go, and saying, I'm here to help. And that's the greatest thing about living in this county and living in this Appalachian region, is that folks just love people.
Volunteers say if you want to donate to one of the distribution centers in Martin County, they are still in need of cleaning supplies. WYMT is partnering with ARH and WKYT for the Appalachia Strong telethon. The telethon began at 6 o'clock this morning and lasts until 7 this evening. You still have time to make a donation if you want to help those impacted by the flooding. You can either dial the number on your screen, 855-257-2700, or you can scan that QR code. It's on your screen right now. That will take you to a website where you can make a contribution.
Temperatures right now in the Teams Look at Your Feels Like temperature already in Knott County, already down to 6 degrees. Cold weather advisories in effect this evening. Details coming up.